Now let's discuss about civil war. The Bolsheviks, referred to as Reds, had two primary opponents. One was the socialist revolutionist called the Greens, and the other was pro-Tsarist called the Whites. Supporting the Whites and the Greens were France, America, Britain, and Japan, as they were worried by seeing the growth of socialism in Russia. The civil war between the Bolsheviks and the anti-Bolshevik had lot of casualties on both the sides. Looting, banditry, and famine became a common occurrence. Finally, by January 1920, with the help of non-Russian nationalists and Muslim jihadists, the Bolsheviks finally managed to win the war. In return, on December 1922, when the Soviet Union was created, the non-Russian nationalists were given political autonomy, and thus the Bolsheviks managed to retain control of the Soviet Union through the Civil War. However, they were not able to win over the different nationalities because of the unpopular policies such as discouragement of nomads. While the civil war was going on, the Bolsheviks kept both banks and industries nationalized. They made 5-year plan for the economic growth. This included the fixing of prices of the commodities. For the next 2 years under Lenin, the Soviet Union saw both industrial and economic growth together. Lenin headed the Soviet Union till his death in 1924. After his death, Joseph Stalin took over the control of Russia. One of the problems that Stalin faced towards the beginning of his period was the acute shortage of grains. As part of the 5-year plan implemented by Lenin, the government had fixed the price of the grains. However, farmers did not want to sell their grains to the government at this fixed price. To oppose this fixed price, the party members formed kulaks, that is, well-to-do peasants. As a solution to the grain shortage, Stalin decided to impose collectivization of farms. Farmers were forced to work in collective farms called kolkhozs, and the profit was shared equally. Anyone who resisted was caught and punished, and sometimes deported or jailed. Stalin was not entirely successful as the production of grain did not increase immediately. In fact, in 1930, the Soviet Union faced one of the worst famine in the history, leading over 4 million people dead. Within the party itself, many members started criticizing the planning economy and Stalin's collectivization system. Stalin and his followers took measures against these criticizers by blaming their conspiracy against socialism. Till 1939, 2 million people were forced to go to jail or they were sent to labor camps, but no one helped them. Many of them were tortured and they were forced to give false confession, and finally they were killed. The global influence of the Russian Revolution and the USSR. All other socialist parties in Europe were not at all agreed with the decisions and powers that was carried out by the Bolshevik party in Russia. But it is possible to make a worker state. By this decision, socialists were very excited. Other non-USSR groups participated in the Conference of the People of the East, and Bolsheviks established Comintern, that is Communist International. Few people got education in the Communist University of the Workers of the East. When World War II started, during that time, USSR made socialism concept very famous. So by this, we have finished with this chapter. Thank you.